It's the real word. It's the real word. It's the real word. It's the real word.
We on a mission and that's bringing y'all the truth. You know the problem, but we get into the root. The devil watching, yeah, he always on pursuit. But Jesus is our rock, so we shall not be moved. We on a winning team, so we can't lose. We say facts, cause we hitting y'all with proof. Started from the bottom, now we standing on the roof. As God as our witness, we gon' make it to the moon. When you want the truth, the world be hiding it. This the real word, we providing it. We got Ace, BK, Truth, Rick Star, and we plan to make a movie like it's Pixar. We came a long way from the plantation. We just tryna save your souls from damnation. So if you down with the message, tune in every week. It will lead you to the message that you seek.
It's the real word. It's the real word. It's the real word. It's the real word.
Real Word Season 7, Episode 13. Shout out to everybody that has been supporting. Shout out to everybody that has helped us to get this far so far. I am your host, Rickard, Jean-Noel, and this is The Real Word. I'm here with my co-host. Introduce yourself.
You already know it's the one and only AI in the building. I'm your Instagram, A711. If it ain't no 11, you know that's not me, so I'm just drink my tea.
Aye. And we also have a reoccurring face. Y'all know him as DonMaflow.
What's good? My real name is Edgar. So
No, it's DJ Khaled.
Edgar Matos.
DJ Khaled Jr.
Thank you. Nice to be back. I feel like at home already. So it's Mr. White Light on Instagram if you want to follow.
His backup page is DJ Khaled Jr.
And we have a very special new guest in the building, a new face to The Real Word. Introduce yourself, brother.
Okay, my name is Rony Saintard. Okay, as you can see, Easy Swift Shop represent. I'm the creator. Okay, it's an e-commerce app that built for the community. So to unite my community.
And you guys know that we big on community here at The Real Word. To check out all the work that we've done so far, thus far, you can go to www.therealwordministriesinc.org. That's therealwordministriesinc.org. Or you can follow us on Instagram at The Real Word Ministries Inc. on Instagram. That's The Real Word Ministries Inc. on Instagram. On Facebook, The Real Word Ministries on Facebook, or www.facebook.com/The Real Word 7, the number 7 like Mike Vick. Or you can check us out. Just put us in Google. If you're into podcasting, we on podcasts on Apple, Spotify, Soundcloud, and Pandora at The Real Word Podcast, The Real Word Podcast. Check us out also on YouTube, The Real Word TV, one word, The Real Word TV on YouTube. And also catch us on the Brick Network every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 a.m., 12 noon, and 4 p.m. So we everywhere and anywhere. So check us out. But enough about us. My man right here, Easy Swift Shops is the new app that helping the community, so we all linking together. We met through a mutual friend. Shout out to Pastor Santa Como. Shout out to Mercedes Narcisse. Go out there and vote November 3rd? Yeah, so go out there and vote for us. She's running for city councilwoman. This is her third time running and third time to charm. So we see you, Mercedes. Shout out to you.
Great lucky number, That's my jersey on 2K.
But tell us more about what it is about this app. What made you get into apping and what came up with that idea? Because you hate shit, right?
And
yeah,
to the fullest. Okay, well, practically is that I graduated. I went to school in TC. I graduated in 2004 as a web designer. But it's a couple semesters before graduation, I decided to take another course, which is accounting. And then before I graduated, I actually opened my own professional tax business. So therefore, and from that point on, I got my diploma since 2004 in web design. I have never used it to do anything because I've been so busy with my other, which is my accounting. with doing taxes, so it's almost close to 20 years since I've been doing it, and then I've been serving the community and everything. However, in 2015, leap forward, I feel like the community need a healthy option, where I realized that in the whole entire neighborhood is all about fast food, liquor stores, cheap over the corners.
Yeah, for real. They do not give us the real food.
Medication. So my wife and I, we said, okay, well, I guess we're gonna open a restaurant. However, I used to work in Manhattan, right at the middle of the Times Square. I used to have my office over there as well, and 49 between 8th and Broadway. Anytime that I'm hungry, I was always looking for a healthy option. But you know, they have the pizzas all over the place. The best healthy option that I could have had, it was Subway.
Subway? God damn.
Well, in the Times Square, yeah. So if you are Italian, you won't have no problem. There's a lot of pasta and ravioli type stuff. But, but after all said and done, it was enough for me. So soon later, I discovered Chipotle. Chipotle, it was between, I think it was in 49 as well, between 6th and 7th. And then I love it. And then the very first juice bar that I knew about, it was Java Juice. And then when I started eating, I feel good. And then I said, you know what? I'm gonna combine them too. So to make a restaurant, I love it. And then after all said and done, in 2016, moved forward. And my wife and I, we said, listen, we're gonna build, we're gonna start a restaurant business and a juice bar, of course. We could have been opening anyway, but since we look at the neighborhood didn't have that option, so we decided to open the very first juice bar in Canarsie, which is Twisted Wood, that right at Flatlands and between 79 and East Elliott, right across your street from Seatown.
What is it called?
Oh, okay.
Twisted Woods.
Twisted Roots.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, congratulations, man.
Thanks.
Beautiful. So you're bringing juice to the community, so
Exactly.
you can make them feel as well as you did when you had those juices.
But that's the thing. The thing is, like I said, we really didn't have no healthy option at all. So practically, like after a couple years, I realized that a lot of people take the initiative and then to take to open their own juice bar. And right now we have quite a few in the neighborhoods, which is I love
Especially
it.
on Flatland.
Yes, I love it. You know, I mean, a lot of people think that okay, well, is a competition and this and that. There's room for everybody. I don't mind it as long as we're healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's time for us to get rid of some of the fast food and then bring some healthy option in the neighborhood, and then that's what I do. This is what I'm about.
So this is the next question, right? Bringing the juice bar or the juice bar, I usually call them, into a neighborhood like Canarsie, which is predominantly West Indian black people. How did they receive the juice bar at first?
Practically, as far as the business mindset, a lot of people didn't think that it would be a good
business investment.
Good business investment. Simple the fact that these black people didn't think like that. Exactly. No, I mean, practically,
who's gonna buy your juice?
You know, exactly.
Ain't nobody gonna buy your
if
juice.
You're gonna invest your money to make money. You need to. You need to invest in something everybody accustomed to. But in reality, it's not that we don't eat healthy. It's simple the fact that we didn't have it in our neighborhood. Not everybody gonna wake up in the morning and say that okay, they're going to.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that.
They're going to downtown or going to Manhattan.
But McDonald's is right there.
Yeah.
So
see, that's what I'm saying.
That's how they set you up.
That's the thing. So when you know better, you do better. So practically, I have 3 kids. So I've been trying to make sure that okay, listen. your body, you need to take care of that by any means necessary. If you let the people decide it for you, they will dictate what you need to have. But if you decided to create your own, you will dictate what you want, what you need for yourself. Practically, that's the ammo.
So was your critics wrong or right?
They was dead wrong.
They open outside.
As you can see, I mean, if I could have been out of business by now, instead out of business now, there's more people open juice bar, and then all started by Twisted Root.
So they jumped on the wave and they copied you.
No, practically. There's some of them. Technically, someone has actually come to me and said, "Listen, man, you inspire me to open a juice bar."
Copyright.
And some of them too.
And they bring their own twist.
Yeah, some of them too most of them used to be my client as well.
Wow.
Which I don't have no problem with it. Simple the fact that, like I said, the community need a healthy option, and then I think it's a good thing. It's the same thing when you see McDonald's and Burger King and all of them acquisition from each other. Listen, it's time for us to create our own, and then to make sure that okay, we empower the neighborhood to make sure that okay, they can be healthy just like any other community.
So you came from the juice bar business, and then now you jumped into the app / delivery business.
Okay, this is the thing. To move forward with that, since I just like I told you, I graduated with web design degree, which I never used. However, I was always have a good interest in Flash animation, Photoshop type stuff.
Okay.
And then apparently, when I was about to open to do the construction for the juice bar, I had to go out and then buy the supplies, and because I started from ground zero, I have to do everything, the whole construction, even the sewer pipe and everything. See, the thing is,
even if you rent the building, you have to do all that.
well, it depends what you're going to do, and they pretty much went through the shell, so you have to turn it into whatever you want it to be. So you have no alternative but to do it the way that you need it to be. So
yeah, that's true.
Because
usually commercial leases are longer.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
of course, about 10 years.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, minimum.
So how did you make?
Okay, but move forward with the app itself. And I realized that when I went to pick up the stuff that I need from Home Depot, and then move from Home Depot, I need some food, I have to go to BJ's. Go shopping for this stuff. I know exactly what I need. It's not a problem. It's finished, collected everything after that, waiting on the line to pay for it.
Check it out, yeah.
I feel like it's a wasting of time, a lot of it. And when I was sitting there, I'm thinking, there has to be a better way. Instead, waiting online to pay for all that stuff, there has to be a better way. So whatever way it is, so I was right there and contemplating with the idea of, okay, how can I make this situation is better? Maybe you just need one item because it's a huge line, you don't have no alternative, but you need it. You must have it, so you have no alternative but to stand the line. So that's how I went home one time, lying down. I said, okay, how can I actually, if I need something, I can just pay for it while I'm here, and then go pick it up, or I can set it up for delivery.
Have someone else bring it to you.
So that's how everything come about. And then I said, okay, let me go and I went to the net and then look, okay, if there's anything like that set up. I couldn't find anything, so I reached out to a website that they call the Google, where they have a lot of free lancers, developers, app, web design, what have you.
Which one you use? Upwork or you use Fiverr?
No, I went, I use Google to get to the developers because I need a team.
Oh, the freelancers?
Yeah, the freelancers.
I understand.
Yes. So that's how I discovered my developer. and then I explained to him, okay, I give him the synopsis of my idea. He said, of course, we can make it become reality. And even though I have been busy in between, working in to build the brand of Twisted Wood, but it get to the point where that happened to actually took a lot of my time, because of course, even though I realized that the product was good, people receive it really well, but it still need a lot of dedication and groundwork to make it become successful. So that's where I spend most of my time. In 2019, the end of 2019, that's when I moved forward and then to actually develop the app. And I have the milestone set up, me and the developer and everything. And I went to Dubai.
Wow.
Me and my wife, and while I was in vacation, we lay out everything. Huh?
Tell us about Dubai.
Oh, beautiful.
You seen all the exotic cars?
Let me tell you, man, I'm visiting a lot of places, a lot of countries. I've been to Africa, I've been to Europe, I've been to Middle East, but certainly they stand out. Dubai is one of the countries, and also right next door was Abu Dhabi. And I went there as well. But oh my goodness, I'm telling you guys, I mean, I have never seen a country. I mean, it's like, okay, it's a dream place that you want to be. It's more like, okay, Disney World everywhere that you turn around.
It's way more exotic than
exactly.
Because
I mean, the thing is, listen, man.
It's like Vegas on steroids.
Oh yeah.
Every steroid.
To the 10th.
They take it as steroids every goddamn day, like every second.
I'm telling you, the place is clean. Honest to God, guys, I haven't seen.
The trains.
I haven't seen nothing. As a matter of fact, to see how clean those people are, your car, your personal car must be clean. If it's not clean, they're gonna ticket you.
Wow.
That's how clean the place. I'm telling you, like dust. If he has a dust on it, they get you, they're gonna ticket you.
So let's make this right now. Next year, the real word will be coming from Dubai.
So I wish everybody who has an opportunity to visit, man, just go. I mean, like I said, and listen, there's no word to describe. I mean, you have to take the journey yourself and then find out.
For sure.
So
I would definitely take that journey.
So the inspiration you saying came from Dubai? You said you and your wife were in Dubai, and then
no, the inspiration wasn't really there. However, since we were so busy with the business itself, because my wife used to work in the corporate America, which, although I was running my little tax business, I was still working with the corporate America as well. However, when we decided, okay, to move away, I remember the juice bar was gonna open on Friday. On Saturday, my wife quit her job. On Friday was her last day of work.
Wow.
And then she joined me, so she was in it to the fullest. So pretty much anything that I do, she's about supporting me, and anything she does, and then I support her.
That's good.
To the fullest as well. And then when it comes to stuff like that, we are a team in everything that we do. So that's a good thing about it.
Teamwork, make the dream work.
Ride or die.
Indeed. So we mapping out everything, and then I was there and talking to my developer and everything. I said, this is what I need. And then as soon as we landed here, boom, COVID hit. And then I said, dang. See? And then right now, we don't know. This is a new thing where, okay, everybody panicking, and then people don't know what to do. People don't know whether they should go out or what have you.
Yeah.
And then that's when I sit down. I said, you know what? My app could have be very useful around this time. And especially when people have to go camping out for the grocery stores about 3-4 hours before they can get it. And then because there's a certain amount of people they can get in at the time to grab some stuff, and then So it was crazy. And then I closed this shop for like 6 weeks.
Sheesh.
And then we sit down, and then that's when we go full strength. And then we develop all the scenarios to the point where people can actually order the food. They can set it up for them to pick up or delivery. And then I realized that, okay, now this is, people was dying by, okay, just going to do just a simple haircut. I said, okay, well, how is simple the fact that, okay, they're in contact with other people. So I set it up where you can actually set an appointment with your barber, and then he will send you the alert what time you can come to do your hair. So therefore, people don't have to be mingling with each other, and then so all that.
So it's not just about food delivery.
No.
It's not just about paying and getting through fast. It's more than that. It's beyond.
This is beyond. This is a new revolutionize the whole landscape of shopping, and anything that has a set menu. Pretty much, this is gonna be the next.
You facilitate consumerism.
Exactly.
So whatever it is that you need to do, even if it has a time slot, you can do it through the app.
Yes. Yeah.
What I usually see with new apps and companies similar to this are like they usually bring them to like pitch challenges and try to like get investors to invest in the company and make it bigger. Is that something that you're trying to do?
Apparently, that would not be that would be something that I have interest in, because for it to grow, of course, let's take a look at Microsoft.
Yeah.
I mean, you heard about Bill Gates, but he also has a group of his friends with him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Bill Gates is the front guy, but this definitely he's not the only guy.
Mm-hmm.
That is the same thing with Google.
Facebook.
It's the same thing with Facebook. It's the same thing with any like Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
It's not only Jeff Bezos. Yes, Jeff is a different guy, but guess what? He has a team. Or certainly. Right now, I'm a 100% guy, so I would love to have other people as long as they have vision of the concept itself. And then it's self-explanatory. Once you take a second to take a look at exactly what this thing can do, I guarantee you're gonna be amazed.
It sounds fantastic. It sounds like hard to believe that you can, within the same app, book your barber and pay for your groceries.
Self-checkout.
You call that?
Ultimate self-checkout at the grocery store.
So like,
I can show you. I have all those right here. I can show you exactly how everything.
It's Easy Swift Shop.
Easy Swift. The name is
So
suitable.
you make shopping easy, and this is Swift. It's just
It's
full with your phone.
Swift. Everything, because the thing is, and then the best thing that I was thinking about, and then if you go to any discount stores and anywhere right now, you take a look at everything that they're selling there. Amazon sell them all. Amazon.
Yeah.
You can get everything from Amazon. Why Amazon? Why Amazon is they can sell anything from a needle all the way up to a plant. Okay, that's Amazon. If you go in any discount store in our neighborhood, everything that you see there, they can get them in Amazon as well. So I look at it, I said, listen, so let's say if Amazon wanna go big, so those little stores, the convenience stores that we have in our neighborhood, they can be out of business quick. And all those guys, so why not cater the app to them where they can have exactly the same access? The neighborhood can have exactly the same access
That Amazon does.
Exactly.
So somebody from like Brooklyn can order something in Queens from a convenience store that they would never probably visit in their lifetime.
Exactly. So
they could afford it.
See that's what I'm saying. So right now, all you have to do, and then if that 99-cent store, once you go to Easy Swift Shop, every single business that associate with Easy Swift Shop, all of them line up in one place.
So how do you get the business to set up? Like you just go to the business and speak to the business owners?
Practically, and then also I have a marketing firm that actually, me and the developers, and then we actually build he actually has a marketing firm that actually push it as well. And I also I just started with the Facebook ad and stuff like that. Just started, but I think there is more groundwork need to do to reach a
bigger demographic.
A bigger demographic.
You help keep the money in the community.
That's the thing.
Keep the businesses, keep the money within the community.
Then that's exactly.
So this is bigger than just Uber Eats and something like
another thing.
Shipped or like
just like you said, not to cut you off. I realize
this is beautiful.
I realize that too. Those guys, there's a lot of big chain app and just like some of them that you just mentioned. Those guys, they actually take the small businesses. They actually took all the profit. So if you're gonna take 30% from one order, so which means $100, you're gonna get $30 out of it. So that's pretty much is the margin of the profit that little business could have been have. So you take it. You're not paying for no rent. You're not paying you're not paying employees. You're not buying any supply. You're not doing anything. And then right in it, just for using your service, you take 30% from them.
You're the middleman.
Exactly. So you pretty much
you work for them.
Yeah, you that's it. You pretty much work for them. Says as a small business owner, I realize that those people need a break, because I'm living in a middle class, a workers family. So somebody gonna need to help those people to stay afloat. Those big guys in competition with each other, they're talking about make a way accessible for everybody, but at the same time, people are basically working for them. 30% is a lot. 20% I can understand, but 30%.
Nah, bro, even 30%, bro.
That's firsthand because you got the juice shop, right?
Yeah.
So they do orders through Uber.
They do orders through Uber, and this is another thing. I was about to once I opened. There's another way that I said, okay, I was gonna open the app for my business, and I realized that you know what? There's plenty of other businesses in my neighborhood. Why don't I just build it as a community app? And then this is how everything turning to be a community app, pretty much for everything.
This is revolutionary.
Well, only time can tell. We're here now, man.
Yeah,
we're here.
One thing I've learned from a business aspect is, I went to Fordham University and they have two contests for people that went to the school that is trying to raise money for their businesses. They have Ramsden and they have Fordham Fiduciary Grant. Both of them are like pitch contests. Some they give you 5 minutes to pitch your company. Some give you 10 minutes or less to pitch your company. So you gotta run a slide. You show them the analytics, the metrics, the income, outcome, the flow charts and everything, and you just put together a nice presentation. And then the judges come and then they vote, and if you win, then they'll come and invest in your company, just like Shark Tank, something like that. So I've done a few of those where I pitched the company, and it also helps you to understand it gives you a better understanding of your own company, because then now you got to explain it to other people. One thing I've learned about building this platform is that it does create a community, and it allows us to sit with people like you that's connecting the community as well, and it brings the minds and the ideas together as one. One thing we spoke about with our community, as in black and brown people, is that sometimes we don't support our own community like how other people support the community.
Deal.
Like the Jews, the Chinese.
It's not to cut you off. I mean, certainly, and to start it, even my own people. Even though they're using those other companies, those delivery, even though I have exactly the same service with twice less money that I'm gonna charge them. My right now is only set up for 10%. And they're using those other guys that taking 30% from them. It's still skeptical to them, say that, okay, they go by popularity. I said, okay.
Name brand.
You know what I'm saying? I said, listen, man, you got absolutely nothing to lose, everything to gain. Not only that, you're not paying me anything. Let's say, okay, you put your business in.
It's free.
Once they sign in, it's free. I only get my commission once people order.
Consume.
Once if they're not consumed, listen, even you.
So you're helping the community keep the money in the community.
Exactly.
So what do you think the problem is? What do you think the problem
Once again, just like you just mentioned,
propaganda.
It's kind of the white guys come here right now, even with a terrible idea. We're gonna just jump up and then they say how, when. And then, but us, we can come in with the weird idea. You know, your own brother gonna be skeptical about it.
They don't support you.
It's not only that. And this is another thing. That's the biggest weakness that we have in our own communities. And for the fact that, I mean, if you take a look at that, there's a lot of. Right now, we have a lot of millionaires and few billionaires as far as the black. So money is not the option anymore. How many black banks that you know in your neighborhood? You're still
Not just one.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So don't you think a Jay-Z, PDD, all those guys could have been just come together to say, listen, man, let's tune this narrative.
I don't think they got enough. I mean, I think
Enough.
What's
Enough
that
is
guy's-
not
I don't
about
think I don't think they have enough political influence.
But
They
then
started
again-
a new online bank
But,
recently.
That's not what type of powers they
but
have.
and again, this is the thing though. Listen, after all said and done, money influenced a lot of ways, and then plus with the popularity that they already have a platform. They're famous, okay, which means they have a lot of. They could have been a leader if they choose to, but some of them are not. They're not forcing that.
They don't get the calling. They don't feel it.
But I understand. It's not a question. Listen.
I don't think that's the type of powers they got.
I understand all that.
Their powers I don't
However,
think their powers is meant to be used for different things.
no, but that's what I'm saying. I am sure they're not politicians per se. I understand all that. But at the same time, listen,
For the hood,
the other guys, we have some great politicians, okay, as far as the black concern. So therefore, we can rally behind that person. Do you understand? The
So which
person, the
black
political-
politicians you think we should rally behind now?
Well, so let's come in from, okay, let's say, okay.
Name me one.
Okay, let's start it with Obama, of course.
Obama,
Okay,
oh man.
Michelle.
Obama didn't
Okay.
do good by black people.
No, I understand. No, see, once
I
again,
personally don't
see,
even
let
like
me.
Obama.
No, listen.
Out of all the
Listen to me.
presidents,
Listen.
I didn't like him.
See, lot of people, especially us, we vote by emotion.
Yeah.
It's not really
I don't
president.
vote personally because
No, but then again, okay, that's another subject. However, what I'm saying is that some people vote for Obama and said, "Oh, he's the first black," so it's all about the history. Okay, the first black. But as far as you say that, okay, he didn't do
Look at
good
the
by
history he
black.
created.
He wasn't even black all the way.
That's what I'm saying. It's half and half. But it's not only that.
It's a little black.
This is the thing, though. When you get into the White House, there is a system
that you gotta follow.
that you have to follow. There is a guideline you have to follow. He couldn't say, let's say that one day if Obama said that, okay, well, ever since I can remember, okay, they call White House. They call White House. Let's today, since I'm black, let's put it to Black House.
But
do it.
there you go proving my point.
But that's
He could have asked. He could have at least put in the record.
That would
Why you gotta be black or
Listen,
purple?
but
He's
that's what
proving
I'm
my point though when he told me.
But the White House
No.
is a black house because slaves built it.
Yeah, but
Listen,
why it gotta
see,
be white?
that's the opposite. But what I'm
Because the
saying,
marble made
listen.
it white.
See, if you look at
marble?
okay,
Like the stone, it's not painted white. I think
Oh, I
the
don't-
stones used
I know nothing of it.
Well, I don't know. I've never been there. So.
I care less for what goes on in that place.
Let's not. Okay.
But finish your thought.
Okay.
Give us some black politicians that we could go behind now. That's what we.
See, right now,
Except Obama.
we have. From
I don't
Brooklyn.
support that man.
From Brooklyn, right now, we have this young man.
Eric Adams?
Not Eric Adams. Eric Adams. Yeah, he's a politician too. but we have Akeem.
Akeem Jeffries?
Yeah, Akeem Jeffries. He seemed
Okay.
to be. My goodness, I thought I turned this thing down. Yeah. But anyhow, he has some good. He has some good ideas about where he coming from.
Wait, Eric Adams?
No, I'm talking about
Akeem Jeffries.
Yeah.
Oh.
So all those people, they can become one. Instead, and another thing that we need.
And Mercedes.
See, this is
Of
another
course.
thing that we have to quit. We need to quit doing to
Mercedes
each other.
Yeah.
I don't understand the concept of gang. For some reason, I don't understand it. To me, ever since I can remember,
I've been popping my collar.
it's always we use this to actually kill our own each other.
I mean,
It
it's
makes
true.
sense.
Instead of it divides us
Yeah,
instead of bringing us together.
Let's become a gang.
We could organize more
Organize
and move
exactly
as
to
one.
Exactly,
But-
move at once.
But every gang has one or two solidified leaders. All our leaders that we ever had were murked, were killed. So
And see,
a lot of people don't want to deal with that. You know?
Once again,
Prophets
but
get killed.
Listen, exactly. Listen, man. Like
They go assassinate
certain people. Listen, if you cannot find anything in this life, you would say that you will die for. You don't fit to live. You have to find something. You would say, well, this I would.
But
die
I
for.
feel like by now there's so much information out that anybody and everybody can just do their own research.
Of course, there is no more hidden thing anymore.
You know what I'm
if
saying?
you really want it, you go to internet, you're gonna find it.
Whatever it is that
You
you,
know
want
what
to
I'm
do
saying?
with your life, I think now is the point to make it happen.
Exactly. I mean, the thing is, there's
Now
so much
everything is so
resource for us. Not only the resource. Right now, we can find a couple dollars or two.
Yeah.
Without killing each other. There's
Yeah.
plenty for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. So therefore, there's many ways. Us as a black people, man, we need to value each other more. We cannot keep on. It cannot be a double standard when we realize in the news a white cop mistreating us and everybody going to protest it, this and that, and then after that I turn around and the black and then I pull a cop on you, and then nobody seems to be like, okay, so why is that is double standard? Okay, but if you take a look at it, ever since I can remember, I've been in this country almost for 30 years. I have never seen they mistreating they accidentally kill a white person. Accidentally?
What, in New York?
No, he's not New York anyway. In the news, for them to accidentally pull a gun and shooting at somebody,
Oh,
they said,
no.
there's a taser, I thought it was a taser, and then I tried to take. Thing like that never happened. So how come this always happening to us?
But it's in U.S. law. At one point, they didn't consider us to be human at all.
But that's what I'm saying.
We didn't have the same rights when they wrote the Declaration
But that's
of
what I'm
Independence.
saying. They orchestrated all that. But
Listen,
now,
when they said we
Correct.
hold all these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, when they wrote that, we wasn't considered to be men.
well, see, the thing is, they said exactly.
You were considered to be owned a property.
Yeah, exactly.
Under
You
their
are
confederation,
yeah.
under their laws.
Yeah, you are
That's
considered as a
crazy.
property. You was not like a man. You were considered as a property. just
And then
like
look
they
at
said.
it this way.
But what I'm saying, then once again, this is what I said from the beginning. When you know better, you do better. So therefore, right now, listen, only problem when you're not identified it. The
Yeah.
moment you identify it, is no longer a problem. It's to work for the solution. Now we already know. So what do we do? What exactly that we're doing?
We come together.
Exactly. So we need to unify. And then first and foremost, another thing that we need to quit doing. and then said, okay, he's Haitian, he's Jamaican, he's this, is that. White people, they don't see that. They don't see, oh, you are French, you are
We're all
German.
minorities.
No, listen, exactly.
If anything-
we cannot, hold your thought for a minute. We cannot keep on. That's how they will set us to be divided. That's what they call divided to conquer.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the more divided, the better it is for them to control us. But unifying, remember, according to the history, when we coming from Africa, when they brought us here, if we all were brothers or coming from even the same tribe,
Descendants.
they divided us. They drop you here, they drop him in Cuba, they drop me in the Caribbean. You know why they did that?
So they couldn't communicate.
Exactly. It's not only communicate. They don't want no
Stay
coalition.
together.
They don't want no coalition against them. Let's say you guys are my siblings. If I realize that they're mistreating you, we're not gonna just sitting here and
They
watching
did the
you.
same with the Jews.
We're gonna just jump in. So is it all of us or none of us? So which means all of us gonna get the same bidding, because I'm not gonna watching you getting bidding. But if I realize that they were bidding another black man, as a black man, I feel bad. It could have been me. That's what I would say. I'm not gonna get killed for him because I don't know who he is. You know what I'm saying? After all said and done, yes, I look at him. He's not the black. That's it. But my brother, I'm gonna get killed for him too.
But what
Because
about
no.
now? What about now? We all
But
speak
it's the same.
language, it's still
But
divided.
then again, but forget about the same language.
With Nazis
You
and
are-
the Jews and
listen,
like that.
listen. We all here can be brothers by same mother, same father. But guess what? If I'm outside, if you standing outside, one of us talk, how would you be able to identify us?
But the way we look, I guess.
No. If I'm here, if three of us are here, you outside, and then each of us are talking right now. So if any one of us, and whenever one of us talk, you will be able to say, okay, that's Rony talking.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
How would you? So it's because all of us have our own unique accent, our own unique way that we talk.
Yeah, that's
we
true.
cannot say that, okay, the language itself is enough for us to be divided. Nonsense. Once I take a look at this is a black man. This is me. By any mean. Anytime that you look at him, hey, this is me. That's how white people see it. That's how Indian people see it. That's how Asian people see it. We are the only ethnic who cannot be associated with one another.
Black people love white people more than their own selves.
Then that's what I'm saying. So it's time for us to change that narrative and then
That's why they be
to
so
make sure.
you know.
But anyhow,
I'm gonna give you guys two examples before I let you finish. It was recent news that a lady was getting raped on a train in Philadelphia, and people just stood there and didn't do nothing. Like no one really did anything. Everybody just stood around and just looked. And then the police was like, they saw it on the video camera, and on the video camera, it was like no one did anything. Like everybody was taking out their phones and taking videos of doing something, and that's sadly the mind state that some people are in today.
it's not only that. I realize that there is some kids are actually gang up, and one kid when they come in from the school, everybody instead for them to stop it, they pull out the video, video. You know, if I was the law, I would. If I can identify anybody that was taking the pictures, or guess what, I would bring them in. Because you cannot telling me, you realize that somebody, they're gonna take a breath out of someone, and then the only thing that you can do is pull out your camera and just video.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I can't do it. In front of my business in Flatland, I saw they jump.
The kids from
Exactly. They jumped that young boy. I mean, a young, beautiful young man. They jumped him. There was a whole bunch, and then they tried to stump him. I jump in. You know, I grabbed that dude.
Wait, what
that
year
was
was
about 2 years ago.
Oh,
I grabbed him.
Situation that was.
So I pulled the young man. I made him go inside of the nail salon.
Okay.
Because my store was closed. the door was partial closed, and then I just push him in, and then I blocked the door. I said, listen, you guys gonna have to go through me. I cannot watch that. In no way. And then
They ain't want no smoke, right?
you cannot do stuff like that. I mean, come on. Listen, we cannot turn around, like I said, it's the same way all those protests, the cop brutalities and all those nonsense. And then all of a sudden, we doing exactly the same thing, even worse.
To each other.
It make no sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with a guy named Charleston Weiss. He's this black activist guy, but like he's raw. He don't speak like everyone else. Like he's not politically correct, and basically he met up with Mob James, which is a former Crip OG, like Mob James, and then he was like F you and F the Crips and F all gangs, and he was like, I don't respect the Crips and I don't respect no gangs, and the guy got mad, like Mob James. I think Mob James was Paru. Sorry, Mob James was Paru, and he was like, gang members killed more blacks than the KKK, and he was like, oh, so what about all of the good stuff we doing in the community right now? He said Nipsey was doing good stuff in the community, and he got killed by a Crip too, in his own neighborhood. So it's like, even the ones that are bringing positivity at times, the negativity still follows, and we're not taking
because some of them
responsibility
became envy and jealousy and all kinds of things. So those are the type of thing that they feel like they should have be the one instead him and thing like that. I understand, but what I'm once again, all that got to do with educating ourselves. It's not about per se, know how to read a book. It's not about, how much a PhD that you have in a classroom. There's a groundwork we need to do at home.
But you know where
actually ground your kids to let them know, exactly what is all this book up is about. Because pretty much the system itself, I realize that,
it was created by the white man.
But that's what I'm saying. So we cannot all of a sudden when they say that we were free, as a black people, now what did they do? They orchestrated the system where they can actually make us still be a slave because
jail systems.
The jail system.
And that's where
so
the
that's why they
gangs
come up
came
with
from.
all that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? And it trickles down to the homes and the streets and the
they come up
communities.
with all that kind of bull nonsense, say that three strike you out, and then all of a sudden, it's not that they just put you in the case sitting there, but guess what?
Now you labor.
Who came up with
exactly?
Who's part of the 3 strikes?
What?
Biden. That's
Biden.
Hey, Kamala Harris used to lock black people up.
Yeah, exactly. 1994.
People that voted for her.
Yeah, that 1994. I was just new here, and then about 2 years.
Deal with the consequences.
So I remember vividly when Biden was the senator, him and Hillary Clinton and all those guys, they were sitting out, called black people or animals and all kinds of things.
Right.
No, I remember all those type of stuff. And once again,
a lot of people forgot that.
But and again, a lot of people forget. And again, see us black people.
A lot of great points.
A lot of us. The thing is that we are quick forgiving. And
that's from church.
And
church did that to us.
Once again, all those things are orchestrated. If you take a look at it in the neighborhood, there's more church than anything.
Yeah.
All this and then the thing that don't let me get started about church because really, the good book that they're talking about, the number 1 seller book in the world is Bible.
The Bible.
The Bible, you cannot go. So that's what I'm saying. Once again, if you take a time to, from the very first verse in the Bible, I stopped reading it. Because not only they're contradicting themselves, you have to be really colorblinded to not figure it out right away. They try to sell you. First and foremost, I don't want to go in that route, but let me tell you something. Let's say in the beginning they said that in the beginning it was the Garden of Eden where they were Adam and Eve, right? And God has the apple and this and that, whatever. They tell them there's certain fruit they cannot touch, whatever. And then they did, they become disobedient, and all of a sudden, boom, they ended up having sex, and They tell you they went to the they went to the point where they said that they have 2 kids, 2 sons. Okay, exactly. And then they said these 2 sons were actually, one of them ended up killing the other wife because by jealousy.
Yeah.
If you went to tell me all that, and then this is where they can kill me right there. They said that those 2 sons were married.
No, okay. What happened was after Cain killed Abel, he took one of his sisters, and then they started another tribe.
Okay,
so if that was the first people,
stop.
How did we procreate?
Where do you see that they tell you that he took a sister that he married to?
Some Bibles they actually write that in there.
See that? Why is some Bible? Why is not all the Bible?
Because there's so much different variations.
But that's what I'm saying. But right in there, you cannot tell me. See, don't make me guess. Mm-hmm. If you try to tell me you went
don't
to the
limit
point
the
where,
information.
Don't telling me that they went to the point where they actually murdered one ended up killing another by jealousy because of the color of his skin. If you can tell me all that, after that you turn around and say that they were married, where those 2 mysterious females coming from all of a sudden? Because you told me in the beginning it was 2 people.
No, Adam and Eve had several children. There's actually
the Bible doesn't say that.
No,
see, you cannot.
There's an actual genealogy of all.
Go in the Bible. Open the Bible right now in that same verse to tell me, show me where it said that they have all the children.
Let me see if it's in that one.
I guarantee you cannot see that same verse that I'm talking about. First and foremost, you tell me it was 2 people.
Come on, the purple.
It was 2 of them, Adam and Eve, and then they have 2 boys, one killing another, and then all of a sudden they were married.
Listen. Adam and Eve, they had Cain and Abel. Mm-hmm. After Cain killed Abel, they even had another son called Seth. It was from the bloodline of Seth
I understand that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, once again, Noah, who was Noah?
Noah
was another son.
No, Noah came from the bloodline of Seth. But
okay. Noah was who was the grandson?
He was the second or third son of Seth.
Okay, second or third. Seth was the third child of
Adam and Eve.
Okay,
but they had several children.
But once again, several. Okay, 1, 2, 3. That's already. But you already spend that.
So there's no definition as to how many
the female.
We don't know how much they had total.
Why they don't say? Why they don't telling? You cannot telling me.
I understand. Listen. It's fine. I'm gonna explain to you. I'm gonna explain to everybody so you guys can understand. The Bible has many stories within the Bible, but they don't go into the intricate details of every single story. They go to the part that's gonna give you the lesson. The only reason why I feel like they mention Cain and Abel is to show the first murder, the first blood that spilled upon the earth.
Okay.
Due to the actions of the parents that trickled down to the children. That's why he said that the son shall inherit the sins of the father.
Okay.
But they don't really go in specifics into all of the children that they had. But if you want to do the research and check, you can see the.
But that don't make no sense to me. So if you're telling me that all of humanity came from
those
one place, how is it that there's story about them?
Exactly.
There's not a full disclosure.
Okay, they were married to who? What is the name of the wife that they were married?
You know what I'm saying?
How
is it that they got the details?
Stop, because they do. If you go to the first chapter in Matthew, it gives you the whole genealogy of Jesus from beginning to end and they reach up to Jesus. They even go back as far as his great-great-grandmother, and they show how he's related to King David on both sides. In the book of Genesis, they do go into the genealogy if you read through them. Certain ones they do have, certain ones they don't have. But every time they introduce a new character, they show how he's related to the other characters.
But of course, in the beginning it was only 2.
But that's what it sounds like.
They always
it sounds like a
character. It was a lady and a man.
It sounds like a character.
But listen, guys. Let's just use common sense. If there's a lady and a man, just the 2 of them, there's nothing else to do. You don't think they're gonna have sex? You don't think they're gonna keep having kids?
I think that story changes as it needs to.
Of course, they're gonna have.
I think a name would pop up.
But that's what I'm saying. The name
you know what I'm saying?
The sisters.
Anytime there's some explanation.
I found it. Okay. Just stop. Genesis chapter 4, verse 15. We'll start there. And the Lord said unto him, therefore whosoever slain Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest anyone find him shall kill him. So God also placed a protection over Cain, and he made Cain look different from anybody else, so they could know he looks different. They don't specify. There's people that specify that Cain was changed into a different color because of his sin and this and that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna read it the way it says.
But that's what I'm saying.
Let me finish. I'm gonna answer your question because you asked that question. And Cain went out of the presence from the Lord. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, which means he had sex with his wife. And she conceived and bare Enoch. So Enoch came from Cain. And he built a city called the name of the city.
Stop.
Okay, I'm listening.
You see what I'm saying right now? Okay, who Enoch was belong? Who was the parents of Enoch?
They said Cain.
No, you just tell me Cain was married. I mean, was
it's right here.
They conceived a kid together.
And Cain knew his wife.
Okay, who was he? Okay, where his wife coming from?
His sister. I told you that before.
What's her name?
They don't mention her name.
But that's what I'm saying.
It's like people. It's such a cloud.
But you exactly. Do you understand?
It's like people.
You can. But what make you label her as his sister?
Because they were all related at first.
You cannot say stuff like that. That's what I'm saying.
Where else would she come from? Though?
I have no
There's only one man and one woman at the time.
And again, that's what make no sense. You cannot telling me all of a sudden just because they don't tell you where she's coming from, and I assuming they were siblings to each other.
No.
Do you understand? Now you make me more confusing than ever before. Because first and foremost, can you help in your sister? Can you hump in your sister?
At the time, they
forget about all the time. You cannot
No. You gotta say the content. You gotta use the content.
Go with no.
You gotta put it to content. And you know why?
Why?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Because if let's just say you living on a small island and there's only but a few people, you can only procreate with those people there, regardless if they're related to you or not. And there's there's another story in the Bible with Lot.
Rickard.
I'm giving you.
There's only one
to say the human race at that time.
No, man, there's no such thing.
I have cousins that are married and that had children.
I understand that. I know cousins are married. It's not that, okay, now they have a choice. They could have been go outside of their own family.
At that time, they didn't have a choice.
What you mean they didn't have no choice?
Who else they going to
how was it created?
The name
how those two were created?
There's a lady and a man. They had
how those two were created? Who
created who? What's your question?
Adam and Eve.
Okay, they said God created Adam.
Okay.
And then from Adam he created Eve. Now you got a man and a woman.
Okay.
They're together. They're naked. They're having sex.
I understand.
Wait, didn't Eve come from the
but if they see this?
They're having sex. They have kids. There's only their kids. Their kids leave and have sex and have more kids. That's just what happened.
Even in the wild kingdom of the animal, you don't see animal humping their own siblings. The moment they get to the maturity, the female state, the male or not gonna stay among them to procreate with their own siblings. They're not gonna do that. Even the wild kingdom.
Because I'm telling you why. Listen. Usually humanity is
that tell you right then what they're telling you is
because the man is going.
See, that's what I'm saying. Okay, they go out to actually meet their own family.
Because there's other people there.
But
at this time, there's no other people there.
Who told me that?
It says it in the Bible.
Exactly. That's what the Bible told you. But what I'm saying, they live too much.
You asked me to show you something in the Bible. I showed it to you.
You're not showing to me. You're preaching. No, you're preaching your religion.
No, I'm not preaching. You got
trigger right now. You got trigger right now. Nah, stop. You got trigger right now.
No. I'm telling you to stop because you're just instigating. No, stop. I'm gonna be very rational. His original question was what happened to Cain and where did he get the wife. I showed you where Cain took one of his sisters and he got a wife.
That's not true. The Bible doesn't say that was his sister.
I think what he meant
It did not say that.
So what does it say?
The Bible did not say that was his
Cain
sister.
got a wife and he left.
Yes.
Okay.
So it sounds
In this Bible, it just says Cain got a wife. I'm telling you, in
He
other
did,
Bibles,
yes.
they said Cain took one of his sisters
I
when
don't
he
think
left,
this is about
and then
the Bible.
he had, and then they had
They
children.
just try to give you a story to
look,
follow. That's
so I think what he
about
mean to say is that we gotta be good for real. Like following the Bible is one thing, but like being good at heart and just helping your people, that entitles to another different being
I agree
altogether.
with you. I'm not disagreeing.
Because
I
this
could only
narrative,
listen.
this narrative
my
is
flow.
It's a different perspective.
I could only show you guys what's in that book. Okay.
They said there,
But it's still not clear what you show me.
exactly. It's
That's why you
not
gotta get further
perfect.
research
But
on
that's what-
everything. On everything you gotta do
That's
further
what I'm
research.
saying. Listen.
But we don't need further research on love.
Whatever that I
And
try
proceeding
to,
on how you feel. That I
whatever
understand
that I try
fully.
to proceeding and different route, guess what? I hit a roadblock again.
Yeah.
Because once again I have to go back around, okay, to try to.
Now
like I
figure
said,
out,
it's
yeah.
too much information they're hidden. From the story.
It's
itself.
misinformation.
Exactly. Don't telling me what you want me to know.
Okay.
You need to telling me exactly the way that it was, because you are the historian.
Cain's wife name was Awen, Awan.
Okay, who was she?
According to various Arabic traditional traditions, Awen, also known as Avon or Avin from the Hebrew, meaning inequality or a vice, meaning that it was taboo what he did, was the wife and sister of Cain and the daughter of Adam and Eve.
Okay, you see?
Like I told
What's
y'all,
it-
right? Like I
what's
told
it
y'all,
do?
because
What's
I
it
did
do?
the research.
What's it-
I know. I preached on this before. Like,
It sounds like you got your answer.
Listen.
Because I'm still
Like I
clueless.
said, no. Apparently, listen.
That's all I can tell you.
There is so much.
That's
like
gonna
I
do
said,
nothing for my life.
No.
so any other
Oh,
answer you
you
ask
really-
Google when they give it to you, you believe it. But when we ask
No,
Google,
it's
this time,
not that.
I don't believe in Google. I don't even use Google. I don't even use Google. I use DuckDuckGo because
But what I said was true.
Google-
Because I just showed it to you.
Google manipulates the data.
Listen. You know, once you truly believe in something, even right now,
It doesn't matter.
If you take a look at that color,
It's-
right
it's
there,
still
you're
gonna
telling
remain
me
the same in your head.
regardless what you're telling me.
That's a
It's
All right,
not
so let's
gonna
leave that
change.
alone.
Okay,
Let's
then.
leave that alone. What do you believe in?
What I believe in?
Yes.
No.
unity.
So we
He
can
said it.
close out.
Exactly. I believe in unity, and then I believe there's a higher being.
Okay.
Because
Yes.
those are right there. That this is not my Hitler up here.
Okay.
Okay. There is a higher power than us.
Yes.
That I know. That's it.
So
but
who's
as
that
far as
higher
that,
power?
eh?
So who would you think that higher power is?
Well, we call it God. We call it
No,
all
what do
kind of-
you call it?
Well, I'm just telling you. I don't call it any
We don't wanna
kind
know
of
what
thing.
you think
I
other
just
people
believe that.
think.
I just believe that. Okay, there's a
Divine consciousness.
Yes,
is
Do
what
we
it
pray
is.
to that divine power or no?
Do I pray?
Yes. There's a next thing
Of course, I mean we all in it every time, every now and then is certain thing. Guess what? That conscience that hits you, you'll be like, okay, well, listen,
But
I
you-
have to actually communicate to the creator. I mean, for whatever that I think it is,
Yes.
it's probably different than what you think it is. So it is what it is.
My next
However, what
question,
I'm
right?
saying is, I know that there's
It's a
higher
feeling.
being.
It's a feeling.
Yeah,
You gotta
exactly.
feel it in your heart.
So that creator that you pray to, is it the same creator in this Bible or no?
Listen, I cannot go by the Bible. I'm telling you, you don't want
We
me
have
to
connect
lie to
direction
say
to
that.
the divine.
I'm telling you, I cannot go to.
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
too much.
So we bypass the Bible when you have a direct
One person at a
connection.
time.
It's too much misconception when it comes
We
to the Bible.
live.
Fact.
You
Real
understand?
word.
It's too
Fact.
much misconception.
This is the hottest
I
topic right
believe,
now.
just like I told you. Listen, I'm trying to live by the principle, by the basic rules of life. Just think about anything you don't want somebody to do to you, you don't do it. to
And
them.
don't do it
That's
to
fine.
others.
It's a simple. I mean, it's a simple thing.
They
but
call
a lot of
those the Hermetic principle.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it's the simple rules of life. Just think about anything you don't want another person to do. Don't do it to them. It's a simple thing. You know, we can laugh, joking around, do all kinds of things. When you get to the point where, okay, you realize that you're hurting me, you have to let it go. I mean, it's the same principle to me. I mean, I'm here to actually, just like you said, more like unity. I don't see the no divider. I see, regardless, despite of all the things that, I have learned about white people, I have no thing in my heart to tell me that I need to turn around and hit them too. No. Unless if they do something physically to me.
I respect
Gonna have to put them paws on.
So we went a little bit over our time, so we're gonna just do closing thoughts, and I'm gonna let you use this time to just tell the people about your company, where they can find it, and why they should download your app.
Practically, guys, once again, today, and then I have to thank you guys, for bringing me here. And nonetheless, my company, once again, is Easy Swift Shops, where I'm trying to unify the whole community, hopefully the world. I would like you guys to go to Google or Apple Play Store. You can download the app. And like I said, you guys can, he's gonna beneficiary to you guys. Not only is gonna be serve you to save money, and also it's gonna be very time consuming for you.
All right, thank you very much. Who's next?
Closing you wanna do your closing?
Nah, you gotta go.
My closing thought is basically, my closing thought I would say for today is basically, don't let the, young and dumb decisions, basically what I'm trying to say is, that, young and dumb, you still gotta carry those consequences as you go on in life. It's not like young and dumb is a free card out of jail, because it's not. So, be able to handle the consequences based on decisions you made.
Amen. There's a consequences in everything.
Of course.
You won't get nobody get no free pass.
At all.
DonMaflow?
I think my closing thoughts for everybody is I think everybody should find what works for them, find what makes you feel alive, I guess, and try to not get so caught up into what you are accustomed to believe in, but what you feel in your heart is right. You know what I'm saying? Because we have all been misled and been misinformed as long as humanity has existed. And it's time we all break free and we all come into our truth and our greatness. That's all.
I mean, my closing thought is I want us to continue to build these bonds with individuals. It's like a web. Like I realized the other day it's over 190 episodes, and that's a lot of people that then came through this platform. So I just want to thank God for that, and I just want to thank all you guys for continuing to support. I want to thank my guests today one more time. So shout out to all the people that watched us today. Shout out to all the people that came out. Shout out to my two co-hosts that came out today, and shout out to all of y'all. We couldn't do it without y'all, and we just are thankful for the blessings that we have. So to close out, we usually close out with a prayer. You want to close out with a prayer?
Oh, fine.
Thank you.
All right, Heavenly Father, thank you for the day, and thank you for the opportunity that you give us to be here tonight. And without you, there's nothing possible. And I would like you to actually bring us to our destination safe and sound. And once again, I thank you for everything that you've done for me and what you continue doing in my life. And then at the same time, I think those guys feeling exactly the same way. And once again, and in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. So we thank you all for joining us today. We thank you all for coming out. Good night and God bless.
It's the real